virtue of a need, is virtue of a discipline. One. Second most important, what host has asked today is, as a chairman, believe me, you do a lot of work. There's so many of activities that you do. Um, One thing that has always differentiated chartered accountants and doctors, what I've seen is the continuous professional learning that we do. Now, and I have seen this because we've met people. I could be wrong here, but I would just want to say this. And since there are three good doctors over here, I would want to hear from them. Our country is riled up, is suffering heavily because of a huge pharma lobby. Now, tell me, वी नेवर न्यू कि हॉर्लिक्स पीने से, बूस्ट पीने से या चाइनीज वेल खाने से मुझे कैंसर हो सकता है, या मुझे रफल लेस खाने से कैंसर हो सकता है. देयर इज अ गाय हिम्मत सिंह का फूड फार्मर करके, वो आज बता रहा है मुझे कि इतना पाम ऑयल है, इतना शुगर है, इतना ऑयल है, इतना फ्लावर है, उसकी क्वालिटी क्या है. तो अवेयरनेस अब बन रही है. जैसे कुमार सर ने कहा कि व्हेन एज कुमार सर मेंशन कि देयर वाज कैंसर ऑलवेज देयर, टीना मैडम मेंशन दैट दीज वर देयर, but now awareness is coming in and therefore we are realizing this. So we never knew. In fact, we are being served all of this. Why is that happening?
Yes.
Why is this country allowing this to happen? Now,
Right.
most important is we spend a lot of time, a massive time,
Hmm.
to do
Sure.
a continuous professional learnings. We have to undergo 40 hours of continuous learning. And as a WIRC, as a regional council, we organize a lot of sessions. Unfortunately, I don't see these kind of sessions happening for doctors. Who are training doctors? The medical representatives, who are actually representing companies and their objectives. So they are actually making doctors of profit center. So now there is where the intellectual stuff is somewhere, that has to come collectively. And this has happened because I have a lot of doctors, whom we work with. But the most important part is, how do we manage all of this? Now, the management comes by sessions like these, by brainstorming, by discussions, and by talking again and again. And there should be forums wherein we are inviting people and telling them. I wish on every road of India, wherever there is Chinese whale being sold, there has to be somewhere written injurious to health. मतलब smoking is injurious to health तो लिखा रहता है सिगरेट के पैकेट पे, but these things are much more injurious to health. But there is no doctor who is saying this to us.
So
There is
Dr.
no
Kumar
sponsor.
wants to say
Yeah,
something.
I know from the time I started
It's
speaking.
a very
he
long
raises,
time. So may I ask? Yes, sir, please continue.
Sir,
you
you're
are on mute. Sir, you are on mute.
There will be some points which will be blatantly refuted and some will be just elaborated upon. We keep on talking of compounding wealth. For that, as Tina said, my great-grandfather should have had 100 rupees. Now let's talk of a parallel analogy which might be very easy for everyone to understand.
Sir, one second. Before you go ahead, sir, one second. Your grandfather should not have 100 rupees. He should have known the power of compounding. Even if he borrowed,
No. Let him borrow it. Let him resource it from anywhere.
Yeah,
I'm telling you a different analogy. That we are all born with a resource. Let me just put forth the concept of compounding health. That is the concept I am putting forth. Imagine a diabetic, hypertensive, obese, the commonest morphology available in our country. Tina would agree with me, Dr. Guru would agree with me, right? Imagine the amount of money, even if they have Mediclaim, which they are going to spend on these. 10 lakh rupees for a total knee replacement, roughly about 10 lakh rupees for a bypass surgery, maybe an obesity surgery. If they get stroke or something for multiple another times and nobody likes to be in general ward these days. They all want to be in a well place. So about 30 lakh rupees you're going to spend on health. You may say you have enough insurance, so you are paying about 1 lakh rupees a year a premium. If you have a compounding health, take care of simple things like diabetes. India is called as the diabetic capital. Has anybody even tried to reduce our salt intake? The WHO permitted levels of salt are 5 grams. which comes in 3 pinches. India average intake is 10 grams. Average intake. I'm not even talking of hypertensives. And hypertensives are supposed to take 2 grams, which comes in a pinch. Do you have ever seen anybody? Let's not blame the government. What have they done for us? What the hell do we do for ourselves? Now he talks of the potential carcinogens. Living in Mumbai for a day is equal to smoking 25 cigarettes a day.
And in
You have
Delhi,
enough carcinogens.
it's 250.
Exposing yourself to one
Let's
incandescent
say
agarbatti.
don't start smoking right now because just because that is happening.
No, that again compounds. The 26th cigarette is going to compound. I am going to use the same analogies as what you guys are talking.
So this was required, sir.
Yeah. Now, one incandescent, one agarbatti, can you imagine the amount of carcinogen it releases? Equal to 100 cigarettes.
What?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, let me tell you.
Yes, sir.
Wait, I'm coming. These are all data available. This study was done in 2018 in Malaysia.
Sir, what you said, incense stick means agarbatti.
Agarbatti. A 4-inch dhoop. Of that, just 1-inch dhoop releases smoke and carcinogens equal to 200 cigarettes. Now, let's come to Ajinomoto. Chinese salt, what he's talking of, is not used in China. We have made a business out of it.
I agree. Totally, I agree.
Now, it is up to us. We consume. Let's not blame the government for this. Nobody has invited us to take Ajinomoto. It is we who very happily go in the street corner and eat it. I want to know how many of us are going to give up street food tomorrow.
Sir, but why is there? Sir,
I don't
it is
think
not-
that's a different story. But how many of us are willing to give up street food tomorrow?
Sir, the point is, why don't we see some warnings there?
I'm coming to
You all
that.
are, you know this.
I'm coming to that.
Have we actually created awareness about that?
I'm coming to that. Wait.
So actually, Dr. Gururaj also had raised his hand and he wanted to
So
say
I'll just finish my talk about the warnings. The cigarette warnings have not reduced the incidence of lung cancer in India.
Correct. It has increased actually.
So therefore,
warnings. Rajni.
social marketing by giving warnings is not. You need to give a carrot and a stick both. Just giving warnings doesn't work. It doesn't work. It has been proven in numerous social marketing studies that these are all these things.
Yes. So, Dr. Gururaj, you were saying.
And finally, who teaches the doctors? As he says, well, we have a credit system in place. We need to get 6 credit hours a year, without which our this thing is not
Validated.
Validated.
Yes.
Now, I completely understand that we have a completely parallel medical system going on apart from consultants, but so there is a completely parallel wealth consultants going on who are completely unqualified. So let's not get into these nitty-gritties, but the idea of today's symposia is that we need to be aware of wealth and health and compound it such that both benefit each other. That is the summary.
Thank you so much. Yes, sir. Thank you. My next question is to CA Pinky Kedia, ma'am. Can you please help us with certain financial habits that we all need to, inculcate in us to ensure that there's some mental stability?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. First of all, I want to inform you all that I am also cancer survivor. And after, I got my medication completed, then after I had joined election and I appointed as a treasurer of WIRC. So it's I am thankful to the doctors who treated me and all the medical staffs because they are so humble and so energetic in Tata Memorial. I had operated in Tata Memorial. So all the staffs and all the medical teams are very good. And I am sincerely, me and my family is, I think I can say कि I'm very much thankful to them. कि पूरी वहाँ पे जो टाटा में जो मैंने देखा फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस, यू कैन से इन टाटा लोग अपने घर प्रॉपर्टी बेच के आ रहे हैं कैंसर का ट्रीटमेंट करवाने. फ्रॉम देयर आई गॉट द एनर्जी एंड मोटिवेशन कि जो यहाँ बॉम्बे में नहीं रहते, उनके पास खाने के लिए नहीं है, वो अपनी सर्विस छोड़ के आ रहे हैं, अपना
Yes.
लैंड प्रॉपर्टी सब बेच के आ रहे हैं सिर्फ एक झोला लेके।
So many a times what happens is also lots of people, because their diseases are at such a level and the expenses are so high, they don't opt for treatments because they don't have that kind of financial security. So somewhere, this balance of wealth
Yes.
and health also in what we are talking. And that's the reason my question to you, ma'am, is CA Pinky ma'am. Achha, how do we ensure this? What kind of habit do we need to inculcate to ensure कि कल कुछ आए हमें मेंटल इश्यूज या फिजिकल प्रॉब्लम्स आल्सो डिजीजेस, हम कैसे उनको हैंडल करें?
Actually, I am born and brought up in Calcutta.
Ma'am, we are not able to hear you.
Let me try and answer this for you. Since
Calcutta
Pinky
SSC
madam
board,
is
there is a
Ma'am,
subject home
Pinky ma'am,
science.
we
In
are
home,
not able to hear you, Pinky ma'am.
just a second, uncle,
Yes.
उधर लीजिए ना, गेट के पास लीजिए, यहाँ पर ये लेट।
so
Just a second.
before she pitches with her ideas, and I think that is why we call her Iron Lady. See, I think this is one such contingency that can happen to anyone, everyone, right?
Now
And,
can now can you hear me?
yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So actually, in what I'm saying that I'm born and brought up in Calcutta, and in their SSC board, one chapter was budgeting, home budget. तो हमें दिया जाता था कि you have 10,000 rupees and how you will do your all the household work, your education, your medical, and how much you can spend. तो उसमें हमें बताया जाता था how much percentage you should save, whether you are earning 10,000 or whether you are earning 1 lakh rupees. तो ये चीज ना मुझे लगता है कि 9-10 से ही बच्चों के दिमाग में डालनी चाहिए कि आपकी जो भी इनकम है उसका कितना पोर्शन, how much portion you have to save and how much portion you can invest or you can spend, because
Right.
nowadays so much cost of living is there, and everyone is saying no, कुछ बचता ही नहीं है saving करने के लिए, but it's not the truth. If you will keep separately one account and one EMI like or standing instruction given to the bank, that much amount should be transferred to that savings account or that investment account, that will be ideally that can be do. And after that you can invest, or you should invest some part for your medical emergency. For other than other emergency, you should invest some amount for your medical emergency and for your retirement plan.
See, I think this is so relevant. You need to. So that is the financial discipline. What we talk about. Every now and then, every time that you are earning something, there has to be some amount that you are actually parking, and that is what insurance products are. See, these medical
Yes.
contingency are some, and believe me, if we hear more and more people like food farmers, as Kumar sir mentioned, the awareness campaign doesn't do anything. So let me tell you, this awareness campaign has led for big MNCs to go back some pharma companies who never ever thought in India they would face any challenge. And I'm telling this to you, or telling to you this on an open platform. Believe me, even if it gets recorded, I don't care. These people, and I've seen they've really put life. The life has been made hell by these companies just because they want to sell off their products. Believe me, these companies have gone back on their declaration, and they say, in fact, Ruffles Pringles have come and said, now we'll start using groundnut soil for making our products in India, which they were earlier using palm oil. So awareness does play a role. We, for example, as chartered accountants, when we do outreach programs for filing taxes in India, sir, there's a huge impact that has brought. Huge impact. Of course, the incremental probably won't be seen right now, but what is happening is there is financial discipline coming in. So whenever there is these contingency like medical and all, the first thing that they ask is bring your income tax returns. So if the charity has to come, if the loan has to be given, it has to be based on that only. So every now and then when you are earning something, instead of going and splurging, I wanted to talk about this when Tina madam mentioned, our habits, the stress that we have. One of the biggest stress busters is shopping, for example, or
Yes.
binging, and
Impulsive shopping,
eating,
basically.
junking, all
Just
of
be
that.
impulsive.
Someone, because believe me, that is what is Kumar sir is mentioning. It's compounding actually the stress. Now that's not elevating the stress out of you. What if People really
Kumar
have
sir
too much
wanted to
attention.
add something. Please go
Yeah,
ahead.
just, I was about to log off, so I just wanted to round up by saying that there will be certain penal actions, legislations which are beyond the purview of our discussion. Our discussion, I believe, is a take-home message is very, very simple. That we all are literate people, but I call all of us educated, illiterate people. We
Agree,
need
agree.
to have two specific kind of literacies, which unfortunately neither of us have both in ample. One is health literacy, and second is financial literacy. Once you have financial literacy, financial discipline will come into picture. If you have 5 rupees, that will increase to 6 or 7, whatever it is. But I think we should all concentrate legislations, who's doing the right thing, who's doing the wrong thing. It's beyond us to control. I must also add to Arpit, I belong to the medical fraternity, and keeping up our licenses these days is very, very difficult, and it is also challenging. And I am deeply involved in making sure that adequate amount of lectures are taken and educated, and they are all. So I completely refute the idea that they learn from MRs. But yes, there are doctors who do that. But means that I'm yet to see a country without black crows. They are there everywhere. So let's not discuss the crows. Let's discuss the beautiful blue sky. It exists. Let's be on that. And all we need to understand and take home one thing is that if you're health literate, try to get financial literacy. And if you're financial literate, try to get health literacy. And then once we have both these qualities, we can go out to the community and tell, oh, Vyaspeeth, this is called as a Vyaspeeth, you can sit here and preach whatever you want. वो व्यासपीठ पे बोल के बैठ के बोलना बहुत आसान है.
But it's a lovely insight.
Digest whatever we are telling has to be with very simple words, such that they can digest and take home that, well, I need to know how to count my money and increase my money. I also need to know what are the markers of ill health, and I need to take care of my health. Go to a doctor or a CA if you must, but your goal should be not needing to go to them, because you are health and wealth wise good enough.
Right.
So
I think somewhere, it is important that, as he mentioned, last 6 months of your life will take away 50% of your wealth. You never know when are your 6 months. So actually plan for those 6 months and keep your 50% of your wealth strongly. Plan it and, start creating a fund for that 50%. I think when you do that, I think that is the way he's saying, you become financial literate and you become health literate. Probably no one tells you to go to a doctor or go to a CA, but it's up to you when you go to it. It's like that psychiatrist thing, counselors.
Kumar sir, before just one information I want to give you, Kumar sir, that we at ICI, we are doing a financial and accountancy literacy drive since last 3 years. And we are going to sabji wala, shopkeepers and mad and all that. And we are
on the streets.
How you can invest, how should you invest, how you make safe from your criminal.
Kumar sir, what we were trying to tell you is, since you are also so involved in the other part of the professional field, sir, we would love to see something like this happening as a health literacy drive. That would be fantastic. And believe me, India needs it. All of us need that. We need more and more Kumar Doshi to come and tell us and speak to us. And thanks to Bonds India today, that's happening.
True.
So here I would like to say. Okay, so no, here I would like to say literacy about finance is so important. So actually COVID gave me a little bit of time to be a little financially literate. After that, after going through the financial literacy programs and understanding, I have started doing that. If there is somebody who's a newborn child, there's a technician in my department or somebody in my department, whoever will have to give a gift to them. If a newborn child is there, I make them open a DMAT account for the child. And I just put in 1,000 rupees in the account. And I tell the parent, this is not for you. This is for the child when he becomes 60. So what I do is actually, I think that the 1,000 rupees I've deposited for the child, again compounded at 15%, would be a mini retirement fund for that child. So that child will get about 45 to 50 lakh rupees when he is 60.
Madam, for that you can deposit in PPF account. In PPF account, you can't withdraw any amount before 15 years.
So in the PPF account, the issue would be that the return would be about 7 to 8%. Whereas the index fund, the amount index
Madam,
would be
that is decent.
Tina, those are the technicalities, but
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, that's a tax-free and a decent amount, madam, 7 to 8%, and free of
And
any
you can't
contingency.
withdraw from there. And you can't
Ah,
withdraw from there before 15 years.
Pure discipline. See,
Discipline.
I cannot.
But just
If
this
you
is,
ask
yeah.
me, if you ask me to invest in health, I take an insurance product. But if you're giving returns on me, I think I'm telling you that is not a correct product. If I'm
Yes,
investing
exactly.
for my
Yes,
health,
yes,
that's a
yes.
term plan. I am only investing.
Yes,
That's a
exactly. It should
for
not be a
example.
club program.
I should not feel that I should
But
belong
it's
to
just
that.
that because people are so unaware that just investing a little
Yes.
amount of money can be huge. It's a compounding works basically based on the number of years. So that 1,000 would be 43 to 47 lakh rupees for that child who would be 60. So who is giving him 60 lakh rupees at 60 years of age? No one.
I am going to give you a 1 crore gift now to each one of you.
How?
And I need a promise from all of you. Just walk 30 minutes from tomorrow briskly.
Wow.
Okay, done. Absolutely.
And we will
Yes,
definitely have
This is
1
called
crore
compounding,
rupees at the
actually.
end of next 30 years, because that's the amount of money which you're going to save behind your health.
Yeah,
That is so true.
my next question was this, as to what, lifestyle changes.
But it's already
So
answered, madam.
Dr. Gururaj, especially the spine and all these things, posture, he had spoken a lot about it initially. But my next question is, because of the mobiles, we lie down on the bed, we watch the mobile. So are you there, Dr. Gururaj? Yeah. So we lie down.
Yes, I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm
And we
there.
have these postural issues. What kind of lifestyle changes can we make in minimal cost? Walking, yes, of course, is one solution. What else can we do, sir?
Basically, first thing, as a financial literacy is required, we also need some awareness regarding how to remain fit. So that is very, very important again. And unfortunately, the current medical scenario is it treats the diseases. It's not a preventive medicine as such. So the most amount of the money spent in medical field is to treat the diseases, not in preventing it. So if at all we concentrate on preventing the diseases, like most of the lifestyle diseases like diabetes, hypertension, which really lead to many other problems when we are around the age of 50s, 60s, 70s. So the most simplest thing which we have to do is to have a motivation to remain healthy. That is very, very important. And the next thing is the simple things. If you are motivated, then you will do regularly, lead a disciplined life, like maybe have a good night's sleep, that is 7 to 8 hours of good sleep. That is very, very important. If you sleep properly on time and get up on time, you can prevent most of the lifestyle diseases. And then do regular walking, do some simple exercises which keep you fit, and eat healthy. That is very important again. And like Dr. Kumar was already mentioning, as much as possible, try to cut down your salt, sweets, and carbohydrates. So that really keeps you healthy. And you can reverse your diabetes if you don't eat carbohydrates so often. So if you cut down your carbohydrates, you can reverse your diabetes. So as a spine surgeon, I would like to say that if you do regular exercises, regular walking, sleep properly, and
so we lost you. We can't hear you properly. Sir, also in the audience, someone is asking.
Hear me now?
Yes, sir. Ankit is asking what to cut in carbs.
So basically the Indian food is totally rich of carbohydrates. So if I would say cut down on your rice and roti, people will laugh. But then I wouldn't say that you totally stop eating rice or roti, but maybe you can cut down 50% of the carbohydrate content, that is 50% of your rice and roti, what you are eating, and replace them with the green vegetables and protein and healthy fat. That will make you fat, no, with fatty acids, which really helps. So cut down on oil and increase basically a healthy fat. So that way you can actually have a healthy balanced diet. So whatever you are eating, carbohydrates, make them half and replace them with the protein and maybe a green leafy vegetables.
Thank you for this insight, sir. Thank you. It really helps. Also, my next question to the CAs would be that Indian investors have always been, they have their heart in fixed income. FDs mein paise dalne hai, fixed income chahiye. So all of that. But do you believe that fixed income securities hold a key to achieving the vital balance that we have lost in today's world? Because we're chasing behind high returns. We're always chasing high returns chahiye. So how can you, solve this?
So there's no solution to it. It's all about one's mindset. See, we need to understand what are one's requirements. If the requirements are pretty strong, pretty safe, if you have good amount of, if your credit history is good, if you can raise some good funds, I would suggest invest in some good real estate and keep selling those real estate, buying new ones. Believe me, if you have got enough estates for you, your rental income would be there and you'll enjoy a life full of peace. You will have interest income also because since you have a good amount of money available with you, and slowly and gradually, because you will keep on multiplying your real estate, you'll have good amount. You can give them on loan also. So interest will come, rent will come. Now people who
How
are
about bonds?
I got it because it's bonds in there, so I can understand. See, this is something kind of fixed interest, fixed returns. So peaceful life. You've put in a money there. What Tina Madam mentioned, those wonderful numbers. I think that doesn't come in this scheme of things. Okay, this is for those people who really so it's more like an insurance. So whether you are playing in a high return market where there could be also high risk, if you fall from there has to be a cushion. Now that cushion is what these fixed securities give. And believe me, a part of your amount, part of your portfolio should also be invested into some fixed income generating assets.
So that what about the bonds which are giving us 20-30% returns, 12 to 13% returns? What is your take on that, sir?
No, I believe there are these bonds, and coming time, people who really cannot study a lot on returns or cannot study a lot on markets, and they want to keep themselves away. Giving a handsome return like 12 to 13% will be phenomenal, would be absolutely fantastic. And once you get those, that return should not be with you, it should keep compounding. So you could start building an SIP with that. And once that happens, this would be one of the best magical structure of investments that you can have after meeting all your expenses, after meeting all your ambitions, after meeting all your investments. This is something that you should definitely hold. And that is how, probably wealth will also multiply. You'll have a peaceful night. You will not every day get in the morning and, as Kumarji mentioned, the doctor's lounge, they are discussing about stock markets. So every 9 o'clock, 9 to 4, what is the point? See, that is not required for us. Believe me, as a chartered accountant also, I totally believe and agree. Only if you want to be in a very high risk game, then only high returns can come, but you actually don't need them. We actually don't need them. If you are full time into this, if you are only working into that, so then go ahead and do this. Like for example, a labor has to do a hardcore job, pick up a hammer, hit, and therefore he would need intoxication. Therefore he would need different kind of stuff for him to sleep. We don't need that. We can satisfy our hunger with whatever that we have. Enjoy small little pleasures rather than, as Tina Madam mentioned. I'm sure a Hyundai would give you a better satisfaction than a BMW or a Mercedes. But if it is not meant right now for you, there's no sense in having that. And therefore, investing in these fixed income securities would definitely give you a peace of mind. But one thing you need to do is apply the principle of compounding there as well. So everywhere, wherever you go, keep ensuring that whatever in returns are coming, you're actually investing into in fact even a higher return. So for example, an SIP or a mutual fund, and I think that is a seamless and a very, very well balanced structured portfolio that you can have.
So my
and
next
0.39.
question to Pinky ma'am would be, what do you see is the future of bond market in India? A
Very good.
registered client query. So I would like you to address that, please.
Yeah, there is very good future of bond market in India, because in bond we have financial security for our future. And I think I'm also investing in bonds. So if we want to compounding our wealth, we have to invest in bond market and in bonds. And one question is there in for PPF in question answer session, that the best PPF in post office. No, PPF is in post office and in nationalized bank. All are at par. If you have an account in your nationalized bank, you can open PPF account in that nationalized bank also, and benefit and all other things are same in post office and in nationalized bank. So I would rather prefer nationalized bank for account opening for PPF, because you can do online transaction over there. So from your account directly you can transfer to PPF account. And bond market is also again it's online, and you can invest in that also. Again, they are doing very good, I think.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It really helps.
I think bonds are a reflection of the company which issues it, or the organization issues it. And therefore, when you're investing in bonds, you're investing into an actual industry or an organization or a government. And I think if there is a future when we are working towards $1 trillion economy, I think there is future for bonds as well. Tina madam, I would request you to please refer to Pradeep Pillai's question.
Yes.
He asked for wealth Z. So his question is, after COVID, he has lost math skills. So your numbers. So the moment you said numbers, though, he is now
perplexed with the numbers.
No, he's actually he wants to bring back his math skills. So what should he do? I have started.
He should just use Excel. Excel is the best thing that you can actually learn, and just do so many calculations, and you will know how much money you want. So you decide how much money you want at what age, and then you backtrack and you see how much you need to invest every month to reach that point. And it's the easiest with Excel. I don't know if you agree with that or no, but Excel is like an amazing tool for mathematics now, especially compounding and doing all these things.
Madam, basically he want to ask that he have started forgetting things. So what he can do about that?
I think he should start reciting tables, multiplication tables. Believe me, it has worked magically for us. Unfortunately, in the current scenario, academic scenario, they've done away with reciting multiplication tables. Why, I don't know.
Yeah.
But whoever has done that, I think there's a big crime.
Even ChatGPT is one of the biggest problem for our kids.
ChatGPT is a problem actually now.
So they're not using their brains.
There was a time when we cannot enter home if we don't know tables up to 30. Our parents used to not allow even.
Yeah, that was a different day.
Nowadays, I think no schools are even encouraging them to know tables. So, Pradeepji, I would request you, please start reciting tables daily along with your kids. Believe me, you will get all your skills back, math skills.
Okay. Now, my next question is for both the doctors and the CA, so that we can, summarize kind of the entire thing. The first question is, how can financial experts and healthcare providers collaborate to better support individuals in balancing health and wealth? So both of you collaborating together to help us balance it out. And the second question would be, what is the single most important piece of advice you would give to someone trying to balance their health and wealth?
Okay, so if I have to begin, I think Mr. CA, Mr. Arpit will actually wind it up. But the thing is that when you talk about the CAs and the doctors combining, we can definitely say for health, you should take proper medical insurance. Now, the amount of medical insurance that one would need is something that has to be discussed. And usually in India, I have seen that people take an insurance about 3 to 5 lakhs, which covers most of the illnesses. However, once when people are seen having unforeseen circumstances, like unfortunately, landing up into ICU for some reason, or cancer some reason, then this amount becomes very negligible. So the idea should be having an insurance of at least 5 to 10 lakhs with a top-ups, so that the premium doesn't increase that much. At the same time, the coverage is given. So then the CAs, of course, can help you then invest appropriately, that this is the amount of money that should be invested for the medical insurance. And the suggestion for the amount can be given by the doctors.
That's really nice. Can we have Dr. Gururaj also speak on this?
I think his screen is stuck. His network is fake.
And another thing about the medical insurance is that before we take a medical insurance policy, as a doctor, my sincere suggestion is whatever pre-existing conditions that one has should be mentioned, because
Okay.
most of the times rejections happen because of the fact that you've not mentioned your pre-existing illnesses, which may be related to the disease that you're admitted for, but the rejection happens because you have not mentioned something in the policy which you have definitely told the doctor, and then there is rejection. So that
Right.
one has to really take care of.
Dr. Tina touched upon a very important
I think he suddenly got
Yes, because this is the thing that we see every day. This is the thing that, of course, Gururaj also sees every day, that how rejections happen and how much stress that causes, because people are paying premiums and they think that the insurance policy will cater to them when it required, but it gets rejected because of some stupid thing that we have not mentioned in the policy.
I so agree to this. Thank you so much, ma'am. The CAs would like to throw light on this.
ladies first. We call her the Iron Lady.
Iron Lady, absolutely.
Yeah. So health and wealth both is very much necessary for ourselves. But Gururaj sir, want to say anything?
No, I think he's trying to say, but he is unable to say because of technology. So, madam, you please say. Once he's back in network, we'll hear him.
So can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now we
we
can hear
can.
you.
Okay, sorry. I just wanted to say how basically both the health and the wealth are the most important parts of any human life, and the CAs and doctors play a very big role in that. So most probably that is why the July 1st is celebrated both as a CA and Doctors Day, and this cannot be a better chance to collaborate and help our patients. I would say patients because they are the customers, and when people reach you for their financial literacy, they are your patients. So maybe one is the health insurance, which Tina madam touched upon, and then maybe the next one is the term insurance. Again, a lot of people misinterpret. A lot of people come to me in my chamber and they say, I have this term insurance, can it be used for as a health insurance? So they don't know what is the actual difference between the term insurance and the health insurance, and they keep thinking all these days that this can be used as my health insurance. And whenever these agents sell, they don't clarify these things. They say this has got this rider, that rider. Maybe combined programs like this for a general public, where we deal upon basically what to be included in the health insurances, what riders, what nowadays the robotic surgeries, which have become very common, and in health insurance it requires a special rider of advanced surgery. Otherwise, a health insurance won't cover these advanced or most advanced recent surgeries like robotic surgery. So a doctor and a CA together can help our patients and our general public in a better way to have their health insurances basically have a consolidated or a comprehensive health insurances or a term insurances. The other thing which happens is which actually we were supposed to deal today was a financial stress which is dealt by the general public or people surrounding us.
So again,
actually, a doctor and CA together can help in actually find out the problem.
Sir, you're mute. You're on mute.
I think.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. It was really helpful and insightful. Sir, CA Arpit, would you like to add on to this?
Pinky was mentioning something, so once she completes, I cannot speak before a lady. So.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Because when I was Vikasa chairperson last year, he was my WRC chairperson, and we together made a world record for with 5,000 more than 5,000 person women mosaic.
That's awesome.
The world record that we created, I think it was our effort. We were in the same council. I was the chairman, she was the Students Association chairman, and she's now the treasurer. So you believe
Wow.
I cannot, do anything because
So the treasurer.
yeah.
Nice, nice.
So in my
Yes,
opinion,
ma'am.
we should invest in a mixed basket.
Okay.
Like not all the amount in insurance, not all the amount in bonds. As per your requirement, as per what you want to do in future, accordingly you should invest. Some amount in insurance, some amount in bonds, amount in real estate. So that should be mixed basket. Because if you will put in one slot, and if anything happen, all the amount will go. So there should be a mixed basket. So you can earn fixed income as well as variable income, as well as if you have any emergency, it should be liquidity should be there. If you will invest in real estate all the amount at the time of any emergency operation, or at the time of any clinically if you want to clinically operation or any chronic disease, liquidity will be not there. You can't sell immediately real estate.
I agree
So
to this.
you have
Yes.
to invest some amount in real estate. You should invest in a real estate because for your say retirement planning or your fixed income in a month, because to keep up your financial stress away. But for liquidity purpose, you should invest something so you can withdraw the amount from that. So it should be a big mixed basket. And I can say that for wealth, health is required, and for health, wealth is required. If wealth is not there, you will be in stress, and your health will deteriorate. And
Very
if your health is there, so both are complement to each other.
Absolutely.
If health is there, wealth is automatically come.
Very well summed up, man. Thank you so much. Yes, sir.
All right. So I think
you.
very well, Savraj, and thanks, Roshni, for having a wonderful discussions for all of us, moderating the session well. What is important now is please understand it's a vicious circle, and how much ever you want, you can, how much ever you need, how much ever you want, things are beyond your control, be it finance, be it health. And now understanding one thing, your income, whatever you get, one is please be aware about what's happening with you, what's happening around you. Always have a good conversation. It always helps you. It will always help you, be it about finance, be it about health. But always have good conversations. Second, as many fingerprints do we have in this country, in this world, there are as many views and as many opinions. So therefore, there could be so many different ones. There is no sense of having a comparison, or there is no sense of marking yourself or benchmarking yourself with some other individual. Everyone has a different mindset. Third and most important is, there are various ways in which you could actually reduce your stress, plan your stress, mitigate your stress. Follow for some healthy options to do that. And I think that is how you will be able to take care of everything. Fifth most important is discipline. And therefore, if you keep discipline in every aspect of your life, be it health, be it finance, it's going to work. Believe me, health will eat away the biggest part of your wealth. And so therefore, most priority to your health first, maybe second to the wealth.
Absolutely. So beautifully summarized, I must say.
Yes.
And I would just say the same, that investing, again, doing a systematic investment plan in your health and wealth is the most important, to take preventive care before you reach into a situation of crisis. And just improving your health and your wealth by 1% will make you 37 times stronger physically and financially by the end of the year. So you can do the math.
Ma'am is always coming up with numbers.
numbers.
Beautiful.
That's the best part, So we play
Yeah,
a
a
role
doctor with numbers.
intermittently. So
Yes,
we
actually,
always play with
because
numbers.
Beautiful
We don't talk about.
collaboration.
So yeah.
So
Absolutely.
numbers
Anyways,
fascinate us more
one thing
now.
is for sure. No, one thing is for sure that you need to
Yes.
do not worry about finance. Do not worry about wealth. Do not worry topmost. Please focus on that. I think things will all fall in place. If you're happy, if
That is
you have
so
a
true.
state of mind which is wonderful, you will plan well, you will invest well, you will grow well.
That's so good. Thank you so much
Yes.
to the beautiful speakers, and it was so insightful. Now, we have tried to take in as many queries and tried to, answer those queries. But in case a few have been left out, I request you to please email it to Bonds India, and we will ensure that, we will try and reply to you as soon as possible. So thank you for your patience. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to
Thank you
the
very much.
speakers who have been such a
All right,
wonderful.
wishing you a happy Doctor's Day, 1st July.
And
Yes.
wishing you a very happy CA's Day and Dr.
CA's
Guraj
Day.
a very happy Doctor's Day to you.
So thank
Thank
you
you. Thank
for
you.
this insightful session. Thank you so much.